pride before the falls author Vex, CEO of Galactic Industries and heir to the Andromedan fortune, surveyed Earth's orbital station with disdain. The blue-skinned alien's 6 fingers drummed impatiently on the crystalline table as he waited for the human delegation. His personal servant, a gangly centaurian named Grix, hovered nearby. "Primitives," Zalther muttered. 200 years of interstellar travel, and they still can't master basic punctuality. The door slid open, and a human woman entered. Not the ambassadors he expected, but a station employee in a gray maintenance uniform. "Pardon the intrusion, sir. I need to check the environmental controls." Zalther's silver eyes narrowed. "You dare interrupt me? Where are your superiors?" "Delayed by a solar flare, sir." "I'm just doing my job." The woman, Olivia Reed, according to her namatag, moved efficiently around the room, checking panels and displays. Typical human inefficiency. Zalther sneered loud enough for her to hear. "Your species is barely worthy of janitorial positions in the Galactic Alliance." Olivia's hand stilled momentarily, but she continued working. "Did you know?" Zalther continued, enjoying the captive audience. "The humans were nearly rejected. From Alliance membership? Your technological advancement is laughable. Is that so?" Olivia's voice remained neutral. "Indeed. My great-grandfather advocated for human inclusion as a charity case. We needed someone to clean the waste processors." He chuckled, Grix dutifully laughing along. Olivia finished her work and faced Zalther directly. Her brown eyes met his silver ones without flinching. "With all due respect, Mr. Vex, humanity survived 3 extinction-level events before developing warp technology. We fought off the Crescent invasion with retrofitted mining vessels. We may be newcomers, but we're resilient." Zalther waved dismissively. "Charming folklore. Perhaps stick to your maintenance duties." Olivia nodded politely and headed for the door, then paused. "One more thing, sir." "What now, human?" "The delegation isn't delayed. They sent me to assess your character before negotiations. I'm actually Captain Olivia Reed, Chief Negotiator for Earth's Expansion Initiative." She tapped her badge, and her maintenance uniform shimmered, replaced by a formal diplomatic uniform with commander insignia. "Enjoy your solitude." Zalther froze. Jaw slack as Captain Reed exited. The 3 words, "enjoy your solitude," echoed in his mind. In an instant, his negotiating position had crumbled. The human had outmaneuvered him without raising her voice or showing a hint of anger. Grix shifted uncomfortably. "Master Zalther?" But the billionaire remained frozen, suddenly aware that the humans weren't the primitive species he'd assumed. Tables turned the next morning. Zalther paced his luxury suite, Grix scurrying behind him with a datapad. "Find me everything on Captain Reed, every weakness, every scandal." "Sir, preliminary research shows she's quite formidable," Grix replied. "Former combat engineer, decorated veteran of the Crescent conflict, doctorate in xenopolitics." Zalther snarled. "Everyone has secrets. Dig deeper." A chime announced an incoming message. Admiral Jackson's weathered face appeared on screen. "Mr. Vex, in light of yesterday's interaction, Earth's delegation requests a change of venue. We'll meet aboard our vessel, the Resilience, at 1400 hours. The transmission ended before Zalther could object. "They're undermining me," he hissed, "making me come to them like a supplicant." "Perhaps we should reconsider our approach, sir," Grix suggested. "Captain Reed's reputation, I don't care about. Some human's reputation. Do you know who I am? 12 systems depend on my resources. Earth needs this mining contract more than I need their insignificant market." 3 hours later, Zalther's private shuttle docked with the Resilience. He'd expected a modest vessel, but the sleek warship-turned-diplomatic carrier spoke of human ingenuity and resourcefulness. Captain, Reed greeted him in a conference room overlooking Earth. 5 other humans stood at attention, each an expert in their field. Based on their introductions, "We appreciate you joining us, Mr. Vex," Reed said pleasantly, as if their previous encounter never happened. Zalder forced a tight smile. "Let's get to business. My offer is generous considering Earth's limited contributions to the Alliance." Dr. Juno Wong, Earth's chief economist, slid a datapad forward. "Actually, we've prepared a counterproposal." Zalder scanned the document, his blue skin paling to a sickly lavender. "This is outrageous. A 50% increase in processing fees? Priority shipping rights? Academic exchange programs? All standard for partnerships of this magnitude," Reed said. "We value fair exchange. This isn't negotiation. It's highway robbery." Reed's expression remained calm. "It's recognition of Earth's true value. You see, while you were researching me, we were analyzing your company's financial vulnerabilities." She nodded to a stern-faced woman who activated a holographic display showing Galactic Industries' supply chain dependencies. "Your processing facilities in the Rigel system rely on coolant technology patented by Earth companies. Your transport fleet uses navigation algorithms developed at Luna University. You need us more than you've acknowledged." Zalder stared at the evidence before him, outmaneuvered again. Desperate measures that evening, Zalder summoned his security chief, a brutish Taurian named Vork. "I want dirt on these humans, particularly Reed. Everyone has skeletons, find hers." Vork bowed his horned head. "Already working on it, sir. We've intercepted communications suggesting Captain Reed has a personal interest in the Ganymede archaeological site. The pre-contact ruins? What's significant about them? Her parents died there in a collapse 20 years ago. The site was recently reopened despite safety concerns. She fought against it." A slow smile spread across Zalder's face. "Perfect. Arrange a visit there tomorrow. Tell them it's cultural interest." The next day, a shuttle carried Zalder, Captain Reed, and a small delegation to Jupiter's moon. Reed maintained her professional demeanor, but Zalder noted the tension in her shoulders when they approached the excavation. "Fascinating history here," Zalder commented innocently. "Though I hear safety standards are ... questionable." Reed's jaw tightened. The Alliance approved the reopening despite numerous objections. "Money talks, Captain. Surely you understand." Zalder examined ancient markings on a wall. "Tragedy seems common here. I read about your parents. Terrible accident." "That wasn't an accident," Reed said quietly. "It was corporate negligence. Corners cut to save costs. Business necessities." Zalder shrugged. "Much like our current negotiation." Reed stepped closer. "Is that a threat, Mr. Vex?" "Merely an observation that passion can cloud judgment. Perhaps your opposition to our original terms stems from personal bias rather than economic reality." A tremor shook the cavern. Dust showered. From above. "Another minor quake," the site director explained nervously. "Nothing to worry about." But when they turned to leave, they found the passage blocked by fallen debris. "Containment breach in Section 5. Someone shouted through the combs. Oxygen recyclers damaged." Panic erupted among the researchers. The security team scrambled to find alternate exits while Zalder's bodyguards surrounded him protectively. Through the chaos, Reed remained calm. She accessed a wall panel, studied the site schematics, and began issuing clear commands. "Reroute emergency power to Section 3. We need those barrier shields operational." Juno, Thomas retrieved the emergency breathing apparatus from Storage Delta. As oxygen levels declined, Zalder watched in astonishment as the human efficiently organized a response that his own security team couldn't match. Unexpected revelation. With oxygen dwindling, the trapped expedition gathered in the central chamber. Reed had managed to establish a fragile barrier against the vacuum leak, but it wouldn't hold forever. Rescue teams are 4 hours out, the communications officer reported grimly. We have 2 hours of air at most, Reed calculated. We need alternatives. Zalder sat apart, his breathing apparatus providing him superior protection compared to the humans. He watched Reed work tirelessly, coordinating efforts despite the personal significance of potentially dying where our parents had. Your efforts are admirable but futile, he finally said. Perhaps we should accept the inevitable. Reed ignored him, examining ancient markings on the chamber walls. These symbols, she muttered. They're different from the catalogued ones. She pressed her palm against a particular pattern. To everyone's shock, the wall receded, revealing a hidden passage. The original excavation never discovered this, she breathed. It could lead to a way out. As they cautiously entered the passage, Zalder found himself beside Reed. How did you know? He asked. I didn't. She shined her light ahead. But my mother's final transmission mentioned undiscovered chambers with potential atmospheric regulators. The ancients who built this had technology we still don't fully understand. The passage opened into a vast chamber containing what appeared to be machinery, untouched for millennia. Dr. Wong examined the alien technology. It's some kind of environmental system, still operational after 50,000 years. Can we use it? Reed asked. Possibly, but the interface is completely alien. Zalder stepped forward, studying the controls. This configuration resembles Andromedan ancestral technology. My species may have had contact with whoever built this. For the first time, he saw respect in Reed's eyes. Can you operate it? Zalder hesitated. Success would save everyone, including the humans who had outmaneuvered him. Failure might doom them all. I can try. Working together, Zalder and Reed activated the ancient system. Air began flowing through long dormant vents, and sealed doorways opened, revealing a path to the surface. As they emerged under Jupiter's massive presence in the sky, Reed turned to Zalder. You saved us. Self-preservation. He replied automatically, but something had changed within him. New beginnings. The rescue shuttles arrived to find the expedition safely on Ganymede's surface. Media outlets across the Alliance broadcast the miraculous escape and the monumental archaeological discovery. In the aftermath, Zalder sequestered himself in his quarters aboard his flagship, avoiding the press and the negotiations. For 3 days, he reviewed everything: the incident, his interactions with Reed, and most importantly, his own preconceptions. On the 4th day, he requested a private meeting with Captain Reed. She arrived punctually, her expression guarded. Mr. Vex, Captain Reid, he gestured to a seat. Thank you for coming. An uncomfortable silence stretched between them until Zalder finally spoke. I've spent my life believing Andromedans were superior. Our technology, our lifespan, our civilizational history all suggested humans were lesser beings worthy only of condescension. Reed waited, saying nothing. I was wrong, Zalder continued. Not just politically incorrect, fundamentally wrong. Your species' adaptability, resourcefulness, and determination are remarkable. What we Andromedans achieved over millennia, humans have accomplished in centuries. Is this an apology, Mr. Vex? It's a recognition. He activated a holographic display showing a revised contract. I've instructed my legal team to accept all your original terms with additional provisions for joint research at the Ganymede site. Reed studied the document carefully. This is unexpectedly generous. It's fair, perhaps even inadequate. Zalder stood, gazing out at Earth through the viewport. The ancient technology we found suggests my ancestors may have visited your world long before humans evolved. Yet somehow, in a cosmic blink, you've caught up to us. Evolution favors adaptability over perfection, Reed said. It's not about being the strongest or smartest. It's about responding effectively to change. Zalther turned to face her. Your. 3 words stayed with me. Enjoy your solitude. At first, I thought it was a threat. Now I understand it was wisdom. Species that cannot collaborate, that cannot recognize value in diversity, ultimately face extinction through isolation. He extended his 6-fingered hand. I'd like to begin again, Captain Red, not as superior and inferior, but as equals with different strengths. After a moment's hesitation, Reed took his hand. Humanity would welcome that approach, Mr. Vex. As they shook hands, Zalther realized the human had taught him something his billions couldn't buy: humility. And with that humility came a vision of a truly integrated galaxy where differences became strengths rather than divisions. The frozen arrogance that had defined him had melted away, replaced by something far more valuable: respect.